Okay, I don't know who this message is for, but to me, the biggest thing about healing is to work through these shackles that we have on us, these invisible shackles. The words, I'm not drunk, I swear. Invisible shackles, that's hard to say. From trauma that we've had from our past. And it's one of those things that we're in these growth, like life, everything is a cycle. And so as much as it would be nice to just hop, skip, and jump through some things, sometimes you have to go through the hoops and purge and work through it. But you start to see more and more that it lightens you up. You feel better. Things are easier. You have more clarity. And I think one of the biggest things for me that helps you just be lighter, and just because I definitely have the tendency to take things too serious, and but every time I let go and I remember that it's just a joke. It's not just a joke, because I actually don't like that analogy, because not having a purpose will make any human go mad. But we're just here for an amount of time. Okay, what's coming to me is that, like, once you get to this place when you awaken, there's all of these like dark, frustrated, bitter, angry emotions that come up, and we need to process those, but not to like hate on yourself for everything. Like, as much forgiveness as you can give yourself. Understand that God already forgives you. That's a really hard one for me too, so I fully understand that that's hard to give yourself. But then when you can realize that we all make mistakes, and you're not going to get everything that you want, and then like realizing that like all of this idea that we're supposed to have it all figured out, we're supposed to like not be able to do things without making mistakes, or like, oh man, I had to learn this lesson 15 times before I got it. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Like, I feel like if God ever came down here and talked to us, he would just give you a pat on the back and a big hug and be like, man, I'm so proud of you. Like, you're down here doing it, like that's kind of, but we want to be up in 5D. We want to be perfect. We want to be, and then like there's the ego desire, but then there's also like our soul's desires. Like for me, it's like to be with my soul tribe, and, to be, physically see healing work and see like the impact and stuff like, that kind of is the shift that happens, is that you want to create this legacy. So I want to say that too, because I think for men, there's a part of it that's harder, because you want to build things and you want to see, and I'm that way too. I love building, actually. You want to see your creations like take form, and then to see them get smashed is like painful. It's literally painful. And so I can empathize with that and how hard that is. But we create these fantasies, and we hold on to these illusions so hard. Like, I have to get there and I have to make this happen. And that's where we hurt ourselves. We literally give ourselves heartbreak because we attach to an idea and we can't let it go. And that's the biggest thing for the heart. When you can get rid of bitterness and let the grudges go and forgive yourself and others, and you can just see that this whole thing is a play. Like, I had that in a dream the other night, and it was such a beautiful dream. And I was just observing like people having their characters, and I had this interesting character next to me and stuff, and it was just beautiful, because it was just like reminded you that like this is like a big artistic production in a sense. And there's always going to be the hard moments. We have to work through this stuff. Like I said, like if you're on a healing journey and you're committed to it, you can't just bypass things. But that just really helps me at least, to ground and just to be so grateful that it brings joy. Like, that's really what happens. You pour so much gratitude into the fact that you've been through so much, you had to surrender so much, you've let so much of these darker emotions go, you've lightened your heart, and now you can just play again and just laugh at it for a little bit until the next obstacle hits you, you know, because I don't know, there's something really freeing about like realizing that you do have to figure it out on your own, but that you don't have other people trying to like throw all of their beliefs and ideas at you, and also that like you don't get to have everything. To me, that's very liberating, because it's like, then I can just appreciate what I do have, and I can just sit in gratitude until the next, and I love surprises. So it's like, I would rather be in gratitude now, and then the next thing come and just be excited and surprised by it, instead of being like already trying to like control it, if that makes sense. Yeah, like we can't, and that's kind of that Empress energy, and I really like being in that energy, but that's hard for me too sometimes. It's like we want to have that control, but it's like whenever we surrender it, we feel better, we feel good, we feel lighter, we can play. So try to just remember that it's not serious, and that it's not going to be fun if we're always trying to control everything and make it serious and think that we, you know, put all that pressure on ourselves, you know.